Pump your brakes, pump your brakes. You gotta stop.
Check out the best new podcast out here. Ain't no stopping these guys.
You gotta stop. The only guys worth watching. This episode, we're saying R.I.P. to Orenthal James Simpson, a.k.a. O.J. the Juice. On July 9th, 1947, Orenthal James Simpson was an American football player and actor. He played college football at UFC and in the National Football League for 11 seasons, primarily with the Buffalo Bills, and is regarded as one of the greatest running backs of all time. Once a popular figure with the American public, his professional success was later overshadowed by his trial and controversial acquittal for the murders of his former wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ron Goldman, in 1994. O.J. Simpson died April 10th, 2024, of prostate cancer. We're going to review his life. We'll also be discussing
what I want to say right
J.
here
Cole
tonight
and
is
the
in the midst of
apology.
me doing that and in that shit, trying to find a little angle and downplay this nigga's fucking catalog and his greatness. I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever touch a fucking microphone? Dreamville, y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct? As do I. So I just want to come up here and be like, publicly be like, bruh, that was the lamest, like, goofiest shit. And I say all that to say, it made me feel like 10 years ago when I was moving incorrectly. And I pray that God aligned me back up on my purpose and on my path. You know what I mean? I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And if he did, my nigga, I got my chin out. Take your best shot. I'm gonna take that shit on the chin, boy. Do what you do.
You gotta stop. He just said that shit? Yep, he said that. We'll close the show out by celebrating Lil' Kim, who's the archetype for most female rappers. Facts. Cue the intro. Charleston White's a prophet. LeBron's the best basketball player I ever seen. Diddy ain't never hurt nobody. He's a good guy. He could be innocent.
Nah, man, you gotta stop.
But come on, man, wait.
Gotta stop.
Anthony Edwards is really Michael Jordan's son.
You gotta stop, bro. You gotta stop.
You gotta stop. Everyone's podcasting, but we're the only guys worth watching. Big facts, big facts.
These guys are so funny. I don't ever want them to stop.
Welcome to Gotta Stop, the only podcast worth watching. I'm Daylight Morning Star.
Boy Flight School Pre, a.k.a. Rap Rojanowski.
What's up, people? Man, we clocking up the episodes, man. This is episode 2. This one's gonna be epic. We're gonna start it off, man. Yo, yesterday we lost an icon, man. We lost.
Hold up. Before we start off, I maybe want y'all to like, subscribe, and hit that notification. We need it. And yeah, we can start the show now.
Just another note. We need more subscribers. So now, guys, you view the content, you comment. At the same time, you can hit that notification button because those subscribers take us to where we want to go, and we definitely want to grow with you, right? So what's going to make us grow or what's going to help us grow is those subscribers. Now, back to the topic here, man. Yesterday, April 10th, we lost a cultural icon, a sports icon, and I say the scandal icon, right? That caused the great divide in the 90s. I'm talking about O.J. Simpson. So R.I.P. to O.J. Simpson.
R.I.P.
The cancer.
R.I.P. the Juice Man. The Juice Man. The legend, man. And I mean, an argument could be made that he's the greatest NFL running back of all time.
Yeah, I'd love to have that debate with you, but I'm on that side too because the Juice was unstoppable, And he had a great personality as well.
And he played 14 game seasons. He didn't play in the regular 16, 17, what's going on nowadays and shit.
So let me tell you something, man. OJ broke the color barrier as well, man. OJ was the first, I think, sports athlete to really break that color barrier and, seemingly get accepted by the white mass. Ultimately, in the 90s, if everybody knows the O.J. Simpson case, there was a great divide where he lost those friends.
OJ at one point, OJ became so big, OJ didn't even identify himself with a color
At all. He had,
or
I call it the Bill Cosby effect. You know what I'm
facts.
saying? Shit, they had Bill Cosby selling Jello pudding pops.
He
Let's
he
not
showed
forget.
he showed a sports player what it's like to be successful after their playing career. He was like the blueprint for that. Movies, doing the commentating, the games,
Commercials.
commercials. He did a lot.
Homie, I remember watching the Super Bowl and OJ having 4 commercials during the Super Bowl. When they broke out that commercial where he was running through the airport, you know what I mean, to get
Yeah.
the plane. And that was an epic commercial, man. And like, go OJ, go, And it went from go OJ, go to OJ did it real
Yeah,
quick. So,
they hated OJ after that situation with the wife and the boyfriend. Yeah.
so for this generation, Woj, can get them up to speed on what happened.
Um OJ was he was accused of killing his ex-wife at the time, or was his wife at the time, Nicole Brown. I don't want to misspeak.
Nicole Brown Simpson, they was in a separation,
It was in a
and
separate.
the
They was
guy
in
that
a,
was living with
yeah,
him.
they was it was in a separation at the time. I think they said he came to the house in the nighttime and he cut both of them up. I don't know. It's like for years we don't know if he really did it or not. Through years he teased. He went and made books. If I did it, wrote books and said if he did it and shit. So we don't know. I mean, I think that's something that he took to his grave. That's the crazy thing about it, because that's one of the things I thought about, because OJ passed, and before they actually take time to talk about the greatness of the man, they're bringing that up right there, the case, right? That's all I'm seeing. We have to talk about the case. You don't have to talk about the case, but they want to talk about the case. So because he was acquitted, he beat the case, right? So if that's the case, then we're gonna have to always talk about Kobe case too, right?
You know what I didn't like about that case? I beat the criminal case, but you find me liable in the civil case
It don't make no sense.
at
That
all.
that shit happens a lot in those type of instances. Like
Like
people,
for hood
people
dudes, can I just pause for 1 minute? Hood dudes know what I'm talking about. Here you go. You didn't commit the murder, but we're gonna charge you for the gun. Hold up, but I did not kill this person. How are you charging me for the gun that you didn't find on me and give me
crazy,
15 years?
crazy.
That's the dilemma. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We always lived in crazy times, but yeah. So OJ hasn't been in the greatest light of the people ever since he won that case. The sucker shit I don't like is black people jumping on the wave now. Like the younger generation, they just heard about the situation and they didn't know the effect and the power of the situation when it happened. So they'll just jump on Twitter, Facebook, whatever platform they use, and they'll just start making jokes about OJ. And I'm like, yo, why are you participating in the white man's joke against OJ? We don't do that. We're not gonna do that. OJ was found innocent, so OJ's innocent. That's it. George Zimmerman was innocent, so in the eyes of the law, he was innocent. You understand me? You don't see white people kicking him down, the Mexicans kicking him down.
So that,
We don't.
listen, I'm gonna just say this, right? And for the sensitive people out there, which there's a lot in this generation, I do want you to know. You may call me a racist, but I'm not. But I'm gonna let you know that there was a great divide in the '90s, right? And those same young kids that are, jumping on those talking points right now, they didn't grow up in the '80s and '90s, right? When there was a great divide in America. I remember not being able to go to certain neighborhoods, right, because of the color of my skin, right? And I get chased out of neighborhoods. Cops would stop me. Hey, what are you doing over here? I'm gonna go play basketball. Why don't you go play basketball where you live at? I want to play basketball over here.
Word.
Okay. And then it's a problem now, right? And so it was a problem when OJ wanted to play basketball with Nicole, right? And Nicole ends up dead. OJ says, hey, bro, we've been playing golf all the time, tennis all the time. I'm telling you, I didn't do it. And in the back of their mind, they go, yeah, you scary black man, you did it. You did it. You killed the poor white girl. You know, it's the same shit, the whole plantation effect. The dudes that used to write me and say, yo, bro, I'm in the box for reckless eyeballing. Emmett Till got killed for reckless eyeballing, meaning looking at a white girl. You understand? Or a white girl looking at him for the most part. You know what I'm saying? And him looking back saying, okay, you looking at me? And then some white dude took offense to that because he says, hey, the white woman is our property and our property alone. But let's not act like that's still not around. You know what I'm saying? It's just we cover it up real good right now.
I don't think.
You know what I'm saying?
My bad, but I said I don't think the people understand how big of a deal that situation was when it actually happened. Like, I think that was like the first televised court
trial
on TV.
The world wanted to see the black man go to jail. Let's be honest.
Exactly. The Bronco situation.
Oh my God, the slowest high speed chase ever. OJ driving like 20 miles an hour and 50 top cars behind it.
I always remember I was watching Game 7 of the New York Knicks versus Houston Rockets, and they cut half of that game off, probably in the middle of the second quarter, to show coverage of the Bronco chase. The game didn't come back on until like 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So I was so fucking tight, super tight. I was a kid. It's late night. I had school the next day. I'm like, damn, man, what the fuck, son? This nigga OJ, man, why, son?
Here it is. I don't think we understood how much that case was going to affect our lives until I went to school the next day, and my teacher, who was white, and looked in her face, and she's like, and he killed Nicole. And I'm like, yo, we supposed to be talking about global history. Why are we talking about Nicole Simpson, a person I didn't even know her first and last name? I didn't even know his wife was white. I just knew OJ because OJ was a star. You know what I'm saying? And she was just crying about Nicole Brown and that evil man. And I'm like, okay, but he didn't do it. That's OJ. It got to be somebody else. Why would OJ do some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? And the Great Divide, everywhere you went, people would go, hey, what do you think about OJ? And let's put it in context, guys. Before the OJ case, there was a guy named Rodney King. Where I think about 9 or 11 cops had him in a circle, beating the shit out of him. He got caught on video. Luckily got caught on video. All of these cops got acquitted.
Can we all just get along?
Can we all just get along? Reginald Denny. Like, you go look that up, young adults. Go look that up, man, about Reginald Denny and what America felt like at the time. You see the post. Black people was like, yo, man, I'm telling you that these cops are beating our ass, man. I'm telling you that these cops are planting drugs on us, man. Yo, and then, we finally got it on video, and we like, yes!
The Central Park wasn't too...
Oh, man.
We were still...
There's a lot of stuff. Go ahead.
There was a lot of residue still from that situation. I mean, people were still feeling from that situation still. So, I mean, and then you had, if I'm not mistaken, the Tawana Bradley situation happened before the OJ trial.
Tawana Bradley, yeah.
And so a lot of situations, and she got killed by the Chinese lady. If y'all don't know, y'all could do the research on that.
Wasn't Yusuf Hawkins around that time too? The black guy that the Jewish ambulance didn't want to pick up, left him out on the streets, and by the time a regular ambulance came, he died.
And Yusuf was the guy that got beat up in like sheep shed or some shit, Bensonhurst or something like that.
That's right, but that was from that situation where the kid didn't get picked up. I may be mixing it up, but then the Jews got away with that. the white Jews, the Hasidic Jews got away with that. And so what I'm saying is that there was a lot of residue. There was a lot of remnants of emotions where, black people felt that, their social issues and the things that they were raising were not getting put to the forefront of media. And it was getting swept under the rug. Like, hey, that doesn't happen. It didn't happen to me. Why does it only happen to you guys?
Exactly.
And so when OJ happened, it was a great divide. I'm going to be honest. Black people said, hey, majority of black people, he didn't do it. White people said, of course he did.
He did it.
He did it. And so, guys, man, like, I remember watching this shit every single day. This was must-see TV. There was a judge named Judge Ito, right? OJ, there was OJ shirts.
You had Mark Furman. You had the famous cop, Mark Furman.
Mark Furman, that setup artist. And again, guys, I'm gonna put it in context. Social conscious black music was around. Like you got to understand, people were still wearing Malcolm X jackets. They instead of gold chains, they was wearing African medallions.
It's so crazy. He had it. He was like the first one that ushered in the dream team of lawyers. Like he had a group of lawyers, you know what I mean, the top lawyers and shit, you know what I mean, working for him and shit. It's American history. You got the Kardashians that came out of that situation because their father was Robert Kardashian. He was one of the lawyers for OJ. So yeah, man, that OJ case was a big deal. It was a big deal. It was a big deal, man. OJ was a big deal. Let's start with that. OJ Simpson, the man alone, was a big deal. And then years later, just because he beat the case, they found some loopholes to get him in behind bars for over 15 years. Somebody stole his memorabilia. He went back and got his memorabilia. He went back with some guys and shit, I mean, which I think they was like dummy people set up around OJ to bring OJ down and shit. And they went back to retrieve his items, his personal items. And he got basically locked up and sentenced to 15 years for robbery, robbing his own shit that belongs to him. So they always wanted OJ. OJ head was on the swivel once he beat that case. OJ wasn't a safe black man in America once he beat that case. But the thing about it, OJ spent so much of his glory years denouncing his blackness, even though black people still stood up for OJ when he beat that case. Once the case and the dust settled, black people kind of distanced himself from OJ.
Because he wasn't relatable.
He wasn't.
He wasn't relatable, and he never came around the community. You know what I'm saying? So he never came around the community, he never gave back. Like let's be honest, guys. He was a golfer, and he played tennis. It's very rare you're going to see a golf course around black neighborhoods historically, and tennis courts. Serena and Venus were rarities. They made it because of their dad. I just name dropped them because we're talking about those kind of sports. The sports you tend to see in black communities is, football, basketball, mostly basketball in urban settings, right? And very rare baseball. You know what I'm saying? It depends. You got to be in certain areas. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But guys, you got to realize how much of a racist place America is, right? And the OJ case lets you realize how racist and how suppressed these racist feelings are. And they came up. Go ahead.
It opened the curtains.
Yeah.
But it opened the curtains and shit because people finally got to see, like, oh, because at the time, like, people don't understand, like, they was trying to shove it down our face that black people and white people is one. They gave us the movie Jungle Fever around these times and shit. We had the Jungle Fever where Wesley Snipes was dating the white girl and shit. You understand me? So they was trying to make it look like, oh, the racial divide is coming to an end. When OJ, when they read those words, the two words, not guilty, it's like the curtains opened up, and you actually seen how white people really felt about black people. When
Facts.
that happened.
And I think later on down the line as well, with the Bill Cosby case, who I can compare Bill Cosby's career to OJ's career. You saw that as well. That even in 2024, man, if you think about it, I'm going to show you that no matter how much success you get, no matter how far away or untouchable you think you are, I'm going to humble you and I'm going to let you know that this is a country built for a certain people, a certain demographic of people. And no matter how much social capital or capital you get, we're going to humble you in this court of law, and they did it. How I ask this to this day, how can OJ say that, hey, listen, I criminally did not do this, but you can find him criminally liable for these people, negligent for these people's lives who were staying in a home. Yeah, I own the home, but how am I negligent? And I have to pay all this money, and you can take my Heisman trophy and my memorabilia that I got to take it back from you and say, hey, man, this is bullshit. You understand? Like, I call foul America. You know what I'm saying? Like, when Ice Cube said America KKK, right? I was young, and I was like, no, maybe that's a little extreme, Cube. Cube, he was right on point, Cube. He was right on point. Thank you for that album, Cube. You know what I'm saying? Young adults, go check that out.
I never thought it was extreme. I thought it was on brand, and I thought it was creative. It's hip hop.
Right?
So when I seen it, that was just like rap to me. It was just hip hop. We just broken language. It was broken language to me.
Broken down. It's guys. I think that and to the young adults, man, research O.J. Simpson, right, and research that era. Don't let that era get swept under the rug, man. And we have to have conversations with those older adults, right, because they'll tell you the things that they went through, right? Do not make people tell you, oh, slavery is over. Why are you guys bringing that back up? Why are you guys even bringing up back OJ? No, you got to bring that shit up back. Why do the Jews bring up the Holocaust? You know what I'm saying? They bring it up so that it will never happen again. You understand? So you got to constantly bring this up, constantly teach and pass on the information, man, so that certain things don't happen again. OJ, I look at OJ for who he is. OJ is a cultural and sports icon. However, OJ is a sign that says, hey, listen, when you make it to the upper echelon, don't forget that you're black. You may not come from, because let's be honest, black is more than just the color, right? Because black has different identities. Because I'm black doesn't mean that I talk like, yo, what up, son? I can be black and I don't talk like that. And I have never talked like that.
Black is not a stereotype.
Basically. You know what I'm saying? It's not black is just my color. You know what I'm saying? It's just my color. It is just my race. But at the end of the day, there's so many intelligent people. There's so many different facets. It's just like white. If I meet someone in a trailer park and he goes, "Bye Gumbo, what's up?" I'm not gonna think that that's how every white person talks, right? That's how this guy chooses to identify himself. But when I meet a white guy and I go, yo, what's up, man? Are you all right? You good? He goes, my Irie. Yo, bro, just talk regular, man. I'm Jamaican, but I can, we can have a conversation. You don't have to think that or try to push the stereotype on me. They say, oh, why you not talking like this? Aren't you the Rasta man? Nah, bro. I talk like this too.
I'm a black man.
I'm a black man,
Yeah, man.
And don't try to limit me. You understand?
OJ was a good guy, man. OJ was a good guy. I think, like you said, I mean, for people to go do their research on OJ the man. You understand me? Bypass all the bullshit they're gonna try to show you first, because they're gonna show you type in OJ, you probably get the RIPs, and then the next thing you'll see is the shit about the situation we was talking about. But go even watch some of his highlights from when he played at USC, and then because he was a star in USC in college, and then go look when he played in the NFL. OJ was just I think it was Buffalo Bills and Atlanta Hawks. I mean, guy was just special, man. He was putting up numbers that's not even he was putting up numbers in a 14-game season that is just unmatched, man. So I mean, let's go look, go pay attention to OJ shit. Go do some research on OJ because OJ was a great man. Don't let the media tell you bullshit. I mean, he was a great man, but he was also conflicted. You understand me? He was still searching. I mean, and it's okay. Everybody don't always have it. You know what I mean, have it all put together. So shout out to OJ, RIP. I mean, sending my prayers to his family and shit. But I don't
Before you
know.
segue, can I just say something? Sport athletes, like let's think about OJ and we think about Tiger Woods, right? And think about the choices that you when you think about arm candy, that woman that you're gonna put on your arm, right? I'm not gonna say, hey, don't date a white girl, right? But Dr. Umar, who I call bullshit on all the time, he did make a great statement. He said, hey, listen, when Kobe married this girl, right? He basically now took money out of the black community. That money belongs to her and her family now, i.e., Kobe Bryant. That money belongs to her and her family now, i.e., Tiger Woods. Nicole Brown Simpson, that money belonged to Nicole. You know what I'm saying? And that takes away from black wealth. You know what I'm saying? Or perceived black wealth, or black wealth that could have been, right? So guys, we got to think about legacy. I know that, and black women, come closer. The reason why some of the brothers choose the white girl, because y'all hard to deal with. Y'all don't like to submit. Y'all think that we equals and we're not equal. A man is the head of his household, right? And you're secondary but most necessary to the black man, right? Women don't like to play their position, right? The only time y'all like to play your position is when, there's a noise downstairs. Baby, go down there and see what's going on. Oh, that's when you want to protect her now? Right? So women, I think that we got to play our positions. Men, we got to play our positions, man. And identify with our community. That's all I got to say.
And he said that with no apology. You know what I mean, they got a saying. Everybody's running around saying no Diddy nowadays and shit, when instead of saying pause. So you know what I mean, we gonna say no J Cole. You know what I mean, when it comes to apologies and shit. You know what I
The
mean?
apology heard halfway around the world. Man, I'll let you start off, Ho. I'll be real Woj. I'll let you start off, man, because like I was disappointed, but I got a different take on it. Jermaine.
I'm super disappointed. Like,
Because I remember he was so excited. We talking to you, Jermaine. He was so excited when the album rolled out. That was our pilot. And we spoke about your album. We was excited. 7-minute drill. It's like, okay. It's like work, but at least he answered. Oh man, we gonna hear, this gonna be, Cole coming out party. We was waiting for this. Oh, hip hop is revitalized. And go ahead.
let me tell you, I was happy because I want to put a timeline up there, right? I hear a lot of podcast people talk about this shit, and I don't even like to consider this a podcast. We're a YouTube show, you know what I mean? So we're an actual show. I mean, we're like the first take of YouTube. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
huh?
Best thing smoking out here.
I mean, but yeah, I won't give you a timeline. So I was a J. Cole fan from day one. I remember first hearing about J. Cole, reading about J. Cole in the Double XL magazines. That made me go look up his mixtape. I think it was Friday Night Lights at the time and shit. Because I read up on him and I didn't know it was Jay-Z artist at the time and shit. So they had a write up on him and it was like, yeah, Jay-Z just signed this kid to Rock Nation. So that was like the first person Jay-Z signed to Rock Nation when Jay-Z started Rock Nation. So automatically, I'm a Jay-Z fan. I'm gonna pay attention to the kid. Listen to the Friday Night Lights. It was cool to me. He was more on his college shit, talking his college shit. Me, I was in the streets at the time, so I didn't relate to it, but I related to it. You know what I mean? Because I still like that type of music and shit. But he didn't find himself completely yet. You understand? Because it's not like it wasn't like a college dropout where Kanye West was talking from that perspective, but he still gave you the streets. He still gave you the emotions. You understand? The college dropout was just different. Friday Night Lights was special, but it was like, okay, I fuck with it, but okay, all right. He was not one of the guys I paid attention to. I think B.O.B. at the time, I had him hiding this nigga, right? Um, then I heard him on Jay-Z, A Star Is Born track. It was a cool track. It's a cool track. Jay-Z bodied that song. I want to take that back. Amazing song. When I said cool, I was really referring to his verse. Cool verse. Mason song, cool verse. I think on the verse he tried too hard to try to prove to Jay-Z. You understand me that I'm the next. You made the right decision, right? But he was cool still. Um, Moving forward and shit, he dropped his first album.
Born Sinner.
Remember the first album, Sideline Story. They undershipped the album 50,000 copies. The album ended up doing 250,000 or 200 something the first week and shit. I remember hearing his first single. I forgot. It was like the bonus. I can't get it right now. It was that shit, and then he had the workout song. You know what I mean? I think I fell in love with the workout song because he had the Paula Abdul sample and shit. Straight up, now tell me, you really want to love me forever? Love that shit. I'm like, oh, but they kind of took that off the final version, which I hated. But they got me with that. So when I first heard the radio version and they had that in it, I'm like, oh, this song is hard. I like this shit. I like the first album dropped, and it was way better than I expected and shit. Loving the album. I remember my girl at the time, she loved the album. I mean, he had Drake on the album. He had Jay-Z on the album. He had a song with Jay-Z, Mr. Nice Watch. Another song where, again, he dropped the ball. It was like one of the worst songs you could get Jay-Z on. It was horrible. I didn't really like that song. It was a horrible song, Mr. Nice Watch. It's like you're trying to be something you're not at the time. So J. Cole always used to chase that. You understand me? Like, I seen what J. Cole was, the college kid that moved up here, started running the streets of New York and shit, and he was just trying to find himself. So on the first few projects, he was trying to find himself. While the second project, he came out, Born Sinner, he kind of understood how to make an album and a hit more. You understand? You actually seen
That's when he was talking. That's what I said. Like I jumped ahead and just said Born Sinner. That's when that was his coming out party. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
But that album right there is when he started to figure it out, right? So by the time the Born Sinner's album cycle ended, and he came and it was like, all right, cemented. Because the one thing about hip hop and shit, his first album wasn't a classic, but the fact that they undershipped it, nobody really expected nothing from him, and then he came and did 200,000. It showed you that the tide was changing, that you didn't need to drop a big single. You understand me? The regular formula and the format had changed. It shifted. It went into the internet era. If you wasn't really connected to what was going on the internet, you understand me? The radio, you know what I mean, probably had misjudged this kid. The record label following the radio's BDS scans and shit misjudged how much copies to send. So they had to rush send copies to the stores, back orders. There was a lot of back orders because the nigga album did highly better than they expected. Probably did like 100 and something thousand first week, right? Blah, 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 blah. By second album, he proved. Everybody know like your second album is the album that proves if you're gonna stay on that. Second album, he nailed it at the park, right? By the third album, Forest Hill Drive, he kind of went back home. That's when he really found himself and became J. Cole that we know today. But let me tell you an issue with them around those times. J. Cole was a good rapper, right? He didn't really come from the streets. So he was getting by with just rapping and being nice at his craft. At a point of time, he's continued to, make those type of songs, and it kind of started to lose people. People started to say, "Oh, he makes sleep music," which I never agreed with. You understand me? I always loved J. Cole music because I'm hearing people saying KOD was trash, which was not. That's like one of my best J. Cole albums. But that's neither here nor there. I think what happened was by after KOD, he dropped the last album, Off Season. He was rapping his ass off, and this is where he started to find his spot where he could claim his fame. So that's where he became more interested to people. People like hearing J. Cole talk the braggadocious shit. If you're not going to rap about jewelry and all this shit, at least let me hear you rap about claiming that spot, nigga. You understand me? Because they got you as number 3. So he started rapping from that perspective and jumping on features and killing shit. You understand me? And the more he did that, the better he got. I've said all of this to say, you understand me? That stunt that he pulled on the stage took all those years of finding himself, you understand me, away. Because now he cannot rap about that no more. Nobody cares to hear about that no more. Like the new album I delete later is a bunch of those type of rhymes. As soon as he did that, I didn't even want to listen. I probably didn't even listen to the album since he did that shit. And remember, I was saying this album, I wanted to come back and do an episode saying this album was like an 8 out of 10. You understand me? Which is a mixtape, but I was going to say it's an 8 out of 10. But now to me, it's like a 4 out of 10 because those rhymes is not believable no more. And I think that's the crazy thing. So I don't know where he'll go from here on out with the fall off, what the content would be. But I think if he can't rap about, I said, and this is really the end of the novel, and I mean of my timeline. I'm saying that I think by him doing that and him not being able to rap about that shit without people questioning his pen game about, oh, I'm the best, this, that, and the third, I think he falls back into that sleep, the nap. They used to call him Nap King Cole. Not Nat King Cole, Nap King Cole. And I think he might fall back into that that stigma.
On that note, right, my standpoint on the Jermaine Cole situation is this, right? I'm gonna start with Born Sinner. When I say that he arrived, when Cole showed me that he was a true artist, is that he signed to Jay-Z Rock Nation, but he makes a song called "I Let Nas Down," right? Talking about how he views Nas and how he views Jay-Z, right? That he views Jay-Z as a businessman and saying, hey, yo, listen, your album ain't gonna sell without a single. Where's that single? You understand? And how he views Nas. Nas says, don't sacrifice your heart, your art for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Don't sacrifice your feelings. If you feel that it's wrong, as an artist, say that it's wrong. Have the courage to say, yo, man, this is wrong. It don't feel right, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the kid that I saw go on that stage and say, yo, this don't feel right. It don't sit with me. Don't sit well with me. I know that y'all want me to go at his head, man. Y'all want me to go at his head, man, but I'm an artist. I'm a creative. I'm an artist first, right? And I know that hip-hop is competitive, but I'm an artist first. And I ain't afraid to fall off. I ain't afraid for y'all to say that I fell off and y'all don't want to talk to me no more. And I think that that action sets up the fall off. Because everybody's saying, yo, he fell off. He fell from grace. How can you do this? And I think how genius this shit is. If he uses all of this commentary that people are creating to put it on the intro of the album. Yo, I'm so disappointed Jermaine fall off. And then he gives you an incredible conceptual album because he's a conceptual artist from the get-go. Him finding himself, him going through and searching. I think some of his greatest songs are conceptual songs. He is, I said on my take that, and I'm gonna take it back, that, you know, that Kendrick is the Nas out of them. But I really think Jermaine is. You know what I'm saying? I really think Jermaine is. He's the conflicted artist that sometimes doesn't make the right decisions. You know what I'm saying? But he makes decisions as an artist more so than a businessman. You know what I'm saying? Drake makes decisions as a businessman. Yo, this is what the business wants, and I'm gonna give you the business. You know what I'm saying? I would say that Kendrick is an artist as well, but he's not the guy that's gonna cut his ears off and say, "Here you go, I gave it to you." That's some shit that Jermaine Cole would do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that I know these guys. I'm just giving you my take.
I'm not going to let you.
Just to finish the point.
But real quick, I'm not going to let you or Jermaine Cole write the history of the thing that we call hip hop. It's combat. Go ahead.
But looking from the new era standpoint, when the new era sensitivity, right? And hip hop is evolving. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop. When I say hip hop is evolving, hip hop went from
rewrite history, bro. He's not the one to rewrite the history of the game, bro. No.
I didn't say we're not gonna say rewrite history. He's writing his own history right now. You know what I'm saying? And I think that with hip hop, with every person that holds the mic, they add to the history. And I'm just saying to all of the pundits right now, if Jermaine Cole gives you the fallout, and the fallout was this strategy of him falling off, will you say, damn, this nigga's hard for doing this? That's a real artist. If this was a part of the rollout for the fall off, then yo, boy, you a genius.
There ain't no rollout for nothing. I'm not buying that bullshit. You know what I mean? It ain't no rollout for nothing. The fall off is supposed to, he just got to retire after the fall off. Be honest with you. And I think he was trying to allude to that being his last album. On the stage, everything was like the last. This might be my last Dreamville festival, all this shit. So I think he just need to make peace with it, that he'll never be in that discussion no more. He wanted it. Nobody asked him. Everybody had him comfortably placed at number 3. Right?
Well, I argue with what he did at the tail end of 23 and what he did in 2024.
None of that shit matters no more, bro.
I had him as number 1.
That don't matter no more. He was number 3. He was comfortably placed at number 3. It's just you could have him as number 1. That's cool. His fans, I'm sure he has fans that had him as number 1. But I'm talking about in categorical in hip hop. Before he went on this little run for the last 2 years, he was comfortably placed at number 3. This is what I said.
That run that he went on for the last 2 years,
yeah,
that kept him in number 3.
No, I said before that run, he was comfortably placed at number 3.
After the run where he was at,
he was in the conversation for being number 1. That conversation is done. He can no longer be in that conversation to be in 102. You just removed yourself from a conversation of 102. You got to be number 7 or 10 now.
Nah, man, come on, man.
He not 3?
Put too much, man.
He not 3? Dog, what you mean? Nah, what you talking about? And this is what I don't like, because a lot of people is trying to, Kendrick was dissing Drake. He just gave son.
Nah, he came with both of them niggas goofy, man.
This nigga. When he said, fuck your big 3, he's not talking to Drake. Drake never acknowledged him. Hold up. Drake never acknowledged that big 3. Because Drake don't even think them 2 niggas on his level to begin with. Drake already think he's here and them niggas is here, right? He the nigga that took them niggas on their first tour. He gave Kendrick a free song on his second album. Right? Drake is that dude. So he could always sun them niggas in his mind. He looking at them niggas like little niggas. Fucking Kendrick, he always think he's the greatest. He didn't give a fuck what the Drake think. He thought he was the greatest. And the way he craft his projects, you understand me, and take time to craft these projects, and all these projects is groundbreaking, no matter if you like it or not, or if the fucking people like it or not. Every fucking Kendrick project is groundbreaking. People just don't want to think. You understand me? In the fucking years of thinkers, or in the world of thinkers, that album flies. In the world of microwave pop motherfuckers that want their motherfucking food quick, God, Kendrick is not for them. So I can understand the slander, because I even remember listening to the last Kendrick album, And by the first song, I'm like, this shit is hard. And at the same time, like, yo, they about to kill this nigga when I go on fucking Facebook. Because I understood it, but I knew and I also understood that's not what the people want to hear from you.
Nah.
You know what I mean? So I automatically knew. So Kendrick is a motherfucking genius and he thinks he's the motherfucking man. J. Cole, Jermaine Cole, was the only one that acknowledged that big three. Drake said, I'm top two and I'm not two. He never acknowledged no big three. J. Cole acknowledged the big three. So when he said, we the big three, like, is it K Dot, is it Aubrey? First of all, Drake didn't want that shit in his song. But Drake respects J. Cole too much to tell him, change your bars. You understand me?
He flamed the shit out of Drake on that shit though.
We're not talking about that. We talking about that. We the big three is we're not talking. But that conversation came and went. You know what I mean? That song don't even exist no more. So he did not flame Drake. Because if I'm in Drake camp, I'm telling Drake delete that song off the fucking album, nigga. We don't need this on streaming service no more. This song is not needed. It would never be needed. It would never get performed live or nothing. We're not hearing that song the same no more when we hear it after what he did on stage the other day.
Question. Jermaine Cole drops the Fall Off.
I don't want to hear it.
Album. He answers Drake. He answers
why you answering Drake? For what? What Drake did to you?
Question. Now, because Drake, let me finish. Drake didn't respond yet. So we don't know if Drake is going to address this.
Drake is responding.
Yo, I'm just saying. If I'm Drake, I'm addressing this nigga copping out.
Listen to me. Drake is not. Drake is not. Let me tell you the moves. Drake is not going to drop no full song for Kendrick right now. Kendrick do not deserve a full-on personal. I'm making a whole fucking two verse or three verse diss song for you only, nigga, because you just gave me a verse. So I'm gonna smack you. What Drake is about to come do, he's about to come shit on all these niggas. He been watching all these niggas. He about to drop a bomb on the industry, shitting on Rick Ross, Future, Metro, and then he's gonna mention Kendrick. Let Kendrick know it's up, nigga. And force Kendrick to put out his diss track. And that's when Drake is gonna put out his Kendrick diss track. I mean,
I think that he's gonna do it on the feature, just like I think that Drake is gonna do his response on the feature.
You're not listening to me? Drake's song is done, bro. Drake addressed it already. He just didn't put the song out.
I've been hearing some AI shit, right?
I'm not.
But I don't think he did the song yet.
Inside information. Drake already responded. He's coming at Travis Scott. He's coming at Rick Ross. He's coming at Kim Kardashian. He's coming at a bunch of people on this new song.
You want all the smoke?
He about to drop a bomb on the game. It's nuclear time. And I think he's gonna
kick J. Cole in the ass too.
And then he's finally gonna mention the elephant in the room on that song. Call Kendrick name out. So now Kendrick knows up. And Kendrick can't run from it. And he's gonna say some things that make Kendrick gonna have to drop his song. And then when Kendrick drop his song, Drake gonna come back with his full, because he got something in the tuck for Kendrick. But he's not putting that out yet. Kendrick didn't do nothing for me to drop no fucking full diss track for you. You're not gonna set me up, nigga. Drop a fucking verse and then make me drop a full diss song track and then you come. No, that's not how it goes, nigga.
Because hold up. I just gotta say this. Like when I was rhyming, if I attacked you, know that I had a book about you already. Meaning, if I attacked you, it wasn't because I attacked you with a verse. If I attacked you, I said, all right, I'm gonna attack him. I'm setting it up. If he respond this way, I got this for him. If he respond that way, I got this for him. If he respond this way, I got this for him. You know what I'm saying?
Get ready.
So before Kendrick knew what he was doing.
When Kendrick did the Like That verse, the nigga wrote 3 different verses. and then he picked the most nicest one to put out. You understand me? He had two other verses on like that song that was more disrespectful. He picked the nicer one to put out. But let me show you something, bro. The shit that Drake just now did, all that little funny shit that Kendrick playing with, he gonna have to come, bro. Drake did some things, man. I'm telling you.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it, man. Because
It's up now. It's up
hip
now,
hop
nigga.
need this. Hip hop need this. Hip hop need this.
And
Yeah.
Drake know what it, Drake know what time it is. Now my boy got, because a lot of people don't understand when that shit with Pusha happened and shit. The nigga Drake didn't respond, and people look, oh, he didn't. Drake couldn't do that. That's not only Drake's decision not to respond. It's higher ups. Drake had a fucking album out at the time and shit that he was promoting. The label needs that album to be successful. They don't have time invested in Drake motherfucking going back and forth with Pusha, my nigga. Pusha album was built off of the beef. Drake album's not built off of these beefs. So Drake would have spent time going back and forth with Pusha. Songs like Kiki, If You Love Me, it would have never went number one. All those, he had like 3 number one songs on that album. None of those songs, with the exception of God's Plan, would have went number one. It would have failed because now he would have abandoned the mission of
The strategy and would have got up in his emotion.
Exactly. And I'm going back and forth with a nigga for free.
That's why Drake really won. Because what if Drake would have responded, what would have happened is that Pusha would have benefited the most off of it.
And Pusha had a lot of time. Pusha had time on his hands to continue.
And Pusha basically shot the first bullet, so Pusha already had bombs and ammunition stored for the nigga, like, yeah, and if he ain't, I got it. It's a surgical summer. And, you know, whoever on Drake's team made that decision was a smart decision, like, don't let him derail our rollout. We're going to keep it. Nigga, we answering with, Kiki, do you love me?
Facts.
And that's it. And we're going to get this money.
With hits after hits.
We're going to get this money. It's just like, Hov didn't say, yo, I'm going to make my whole album be about this dude, Nas. You know what I mean? Or we wouldn't have never got the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Word up. He was getting good.
I ain't gonna lie, he should have known Nas on that Blueprint 2 song. Can't y'all see that he's fake? The rap version of TD Jakes prophesizing on your CDs and tape won't break you a crumb with a little bit that he makes. And this is with whom you want to place your faith. I put dollars on my ex-Columbine. When the Twin Towers fell, I was the first in line. Listen, yo, he said when the niggas son, the nigga was pissed off in that song. So he was upset. Like, y'all niggas really let this nigga. He said, am I supposed to be helping myself? Every time it's a tragedy, I'm the first one to help. They call me Miss Misogynist, but they don't call me the dude that take his dollars and give gifts to the pride. Come on, sir. He said, y'all caught up. He said, because a nigga wear koofies, that don't mean that he right. Is it Uchi Wally Wally or is it one?
Understand him. Hold up. Now, that. He says, because you can't understand him doesn't mean that he's
nice.
Now, that goes out to a lot of rappers, right? So now, my man was listening to Kendrick. He was telling me, yo, I don't get Kendrick, but yo, that nigga's nice. I said, yo, you need to step your mental level up. Kendrick is the dude that you get him after 2 years. You catch some of his bars 2 years, he's that incredible. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that happens to Nas. Sometimes that even happens to Jay. For you to catch them double entendres, sometimes triple, you got to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold up. I wish you well when you're in a drought. Oh, nah, that's simple. Nah, it's very complex, bro. Hova hit you. You know what I'm saying? And yo, I'll tell you one thing, man, this shit hit me. Jermaine Cole, man, that twist, that apology, I was disappointed. But at the same time, as a hip hop purist, I'm disappointed. I'm from the era of BDP. You know what I'm saying? KRS rushing the stage, grabbing the mic. You know what I'm saying? Battles, disrespectful. The blackout. Me and his brother was right here. The blackout of which year was that?
I think it was 2000. Whatever year Joel's album came out, man.
Yeah. Remember, it was Havoc in the streets of New York. We ran into somebody. We battled till the morning. I'm ready to shoot this dude. Till we find out. We got, oh, that's you. That's you, big homie. I'm like, yeah, that's me. Nigga, yo. So he was getting very disrespectful.
That New York blackout was a motherfucking legendary times, man. We was out. A lot of people don't know we was outside, man. We was really outside, man, in our young days, man. I mean, up to no good, but that's another story for another day and shit, man.
Yo, I'll let you sum this up, man, before we transition, man. I'll let you sum this up, man. My last take on this is that, Jermaine, the only way that this is going to look good for you again and for you to get the fanfare back is if this was a strategy and this was a part of the rollout for the fall off. All right? Wink, wink. If it wasn't, take that idea and run with it and save your career.
Yo, it's gonna be up for you, my nigga. A lot of rappers gonna start coming at your head, boy. You know what I mean? They're gonna start coming at his head, and like, if he pick a lesser opponent to respond to, he's always gotta hear it. You know what I mean? Like, I seen some shit on the interview, on the internet yesterday. His homie Boss had his last show in New York last night, and J. Cole was a surprise guest. And he came out singing songs and shit, and in fucking comments, it was just killing him. The apology jokes, like, yeah, he's about to apologize for being a special guest. He's about to apologize for not being too loud while he's performing. Like, that's gonna be the running joke. When the Fall Off album drop, people are gonna be like, oh, he's gonna apologize tomorrow for dropping this album.
What if the fall off is all about this?
Huh?
What if the fall off is all about this?
He better try to make it about this, but you know what I mean, he gotta respond to Kendrick. Son, the
What
nigga
it does on the fall off?
Listen, real quick, son. The nigga did some sucker shit to begin with. After Kendrick dropped the song and shit with Future, the nigga called Kendrick 6 times. You know what I mean? Kendrick ignored him. Of course he ignored him if you have to call him 6 times, right? Called him 6 times. And when Kendrick finally responded to him, Kendrick shot him a text like, yo, it's crazy that you'll do this to jeopardize our friendship. When he dropped his diss track, he said, I hope your heart clean. I hope this is what you're gonna do. Some shit like that, right? Fuck this head up. Nigga went out there and apologized. Kendrick playing chess games with all these niggas, man. Niggas want to be best friends. Kendrick ain't no best friends with these niggas, man. Kendrick don't want to be best friends.
Nigga. Kendrick is cut from the court with Michael Jordan. I ain't your friend, nigga. I sent you them bottles. I sent you them bottles because I saw you in the club and I knew we had a game tomorrow. You thought that I sent love. I sent it because I knew he was gonna be drunk, nigga.
He's cut from that. He's cut from hip hop. Like, it's also like I said though. I mean, I'm gonna put it out there. I mean, I'm gonna buy the Fall Off album when it drops. You understand me? That'll probably be the last. I don't know, depending. I'm not just gonna jump out the roof. You know what I mean? This ain't one of those Isaiah Rashad situations where I delete the nigga music off my this completely. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I see a lot of people becoming and capping and shit. Like, yeah, I still fuck with him. No, I don't fuck with his music no more. But J. Cole, I still fuck with J. Cole music and shit. It's just hard for me to listen to these albums, the braggadocious shit now. I just gotta go back to the For Your Eyes Onlys, the, you know what I mean, the earlier projects. And when he dropped the Fall Off, when he dropped the Fall Off, I'm gonna listen to it, see what he's saying, see what it says, and we gonna go from there. But you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean, but yeah, man, like, just step out the way. Just make way for the big dogs, man. The 2 big dogs, man. Make way for them niggas, man. You was comfortable at number 3. Now sit comfortable at number 7.
Now,
Nicki Minaj
the numbers.
We're not gonna hold up. The big 3 is Drake, Kendrick, and Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj just now sold out, had the highest grossing tour for a female rapper ever the other day. So she's selling out. She just now had a successful album, and she been in rap battles. She just had a rap battle the other day. You understand me? She did what the legends did. Sorry to say it.
Since you brought that up, I'm gonna use that as a segue. You know, I think that Nicki's her own artist, and she evolved into an original brand. But when I first saw Nicki, right, I thought of Lil' Kim. And I just want to take like 2 to 3 minutes to talk about that. I think that Lil' Kim is the archetype. Archetype meaning that, the archetype and the architect of female rappers. Coming from the 90s, right? I've seen females come and I've seen females go. I'm gonna exclude 2 females from that archetype. Three actually. I'm gonna exclude Lauryn Hill. I'm gonna exclude the Brat, and I'm gonna exclude Eve. But almost every female artist that I've seen, right, has taken a lot from Lil' Kim.
Hold on, I want you to remind that you excluded who?
I'm excluding Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
I'm excluding the Brat, and I'm excluding Eve. So
you're not excluding Missy?
Oh man, Missy, I don't even put Missy in that category. Missy's pop star.
I was about to say you got to stop.
Of course, man, I would never do that, man. Missy, to me, Missy's the Busta Rhymes for the females. You heard? Missy's the Michael Jack of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Missy's amazing. Missy did hip hop, R&B, pop songs. Oh man, Missy's a cultural icon. Misdemeanor Elliott.
Go ahead.
All right, so you thought I was going to do the blasphemy. Nah, no blasphemy over here. But true hip hop connoisseur. Going to what I was saying, man. Lil' Kim does not get her flowers when it comes to that. Understand that she looks like Miss Piggy in a muffin right now.
We're not gonna do that. You got to stop. We're not gonna do that. We're not talking about nobody features. Talk about her.
I'm not by nobody shaming.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not disrespecting.
We're not gonna do that. All right. You know what? I would have debated, but I'm just mad, baby. You should have never did it.
Whatever she want to turn herself into, that's her choice. Her body, her choice. We're not doing that.
I must say this to Kim, man. Kim, you're a legend. I know that the hardcore album was the first female album I remember besides MC Lyte bumping it loudly. You know what I'm saying? From track 1 to the end of the track, singing the songs. You know what I'm saying?
Black Rain. I said Black Rain for me, but go ahead.
Yeah, man. So that's
you said it was the first female album you bumped from beginning to end, and I said for me it was Black Rain. That's the album.
Yeah, I was a Lyte fan. I like MC Lyte, so I was bumping the MC Lyte albums. But that Lil' Kim album did something for me. First, I bought it on some perverted shit because of the cover, the hardcore cover. I had the poster in my room, and I wanted the album. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to see the different pics in the album too. That's when I don't know, y'all not from the CD and tape era. I used to unwrap my shit, read the credits, go in, the shout outs, all that stuff, and the extra pictures. So I used to look back like, oh my God, her shit was phenomenal. Whoever told her to do that pose, that sold the album. But then the content, the lyrics that was on there, and the fact that she was a fashion icon, she was in tune with the fashion, you know what I'm saying? And she was just immaculate. You know what I mean? Lil' Kim, when I looked at the rollout of so many different artists, I ain't gonna name them, but you guys can research it. I thought of Lil' Kim. I thought of them using a Lil' Kim archetype. Lil' Kim culturally I remember I grew up in the 80s and 90s. When somebody say, yo, you suck dick, girls used to run, cry. You want to shut a girl up? You was like, yo, yeah, that's why you suck dick. And it was over for them. After Lil' Kim, so what? Yeah, I suck dick. You just mad because I ain't suck yours, nigga. Oh shit, that don't hurt you no more? Or maybe she ain't hear me. You suck dick. Yeah, and I take it up the butt. Yes, what? Like, oh, you start quoting that bitch? Yeah. So Lil' Kim changed the streets. You know what I'm saying? She made it cool for bitches to suck dick. She made it cool for a female to say, yo, yeah, I'm fucking that nigga and I'm fucking that nigga. What? You know what I'm saying? And so, yo, man, I give my hats off to Lil' Kim for being a cultural icon. And I think right now she's not being recognized. A lot of these females that are coming up under the different regimes that remember Lil' Kim, they don't even know that they following Lil' Kim because the person, your manager, remembers that. And your manager is saying, all right, this is what works. This is what works. So every female artist is rolled out just like Kim, in my opinion.
Yeah, man. Lil' Kim is a fucking legend. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, what you want me to say? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna debate that she didn't influence these girls because she clearly did. I mean, you don't debate about that. I don't think anybody could really debate that. You know what I mean? So like she did what she did. Like she's a legend. Like I can't really, you know what I mean? Lil' Kim is interested to me. I think I fuck with Lil' Kim because even in my Twitter days, my early Twitter days and shit, like she the only one, man. And I never realized the power of Lil' Kim until I made a tweet. This is like when Nicki was coming up and shit. Nicki was still on the mixtape shit, and her and Lil' Kim got into their little beef and shit. And I was taking Nicki's side. You understand me? Because you know I always like the new shit. You know what I mean? So, and I like Nicki. Nicki was looking good at the time, so it's like. So I said some shit. Lil' Kim came back like you little peasy head motherfucker. Watch your mouth, nigga. You disrespectful. You got Biggie on your profile, Biggie on your bio and shit. You talking about you from a home with Biggie and you disrespecting the Queen, nigga. So before I could even say anything, it's like the beehive just came for me.
Big Mama Queen B.
She just left me alone. She said that one shit and just left it alone. And for like a whole month straight, I was waking up being bothered by the beehive.
Buzzing in the
air. I'm like, all right, man, I like Lil' Kim. So like, at first I started entertaining this shit, right? So I started throwing her CD in the cat litter, taking pictures of that shit. Like, yeah, this is where her CD belong. Fuck out of here. Arguing with these little bitches and shit. Because that's when Twitter was lit. Beginning of Twitter and shit. But I say all that to say because I remember Rick Ross got me blocked. The Game got me blocked. A few of these niggas is like bitches. They just blocked me and shit. Lil' Kim, she engaged with the fuckery. So I fuck with Kim. But Kim is a legend, man. What you want me to do, man?
How many classic albums Kim got?
She is the influence for all these bitches. Even Nicki. Nicki said it.
It'd be no Sexy Red without Lil' Kim.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, but Nicki said that though. That Lil' Kim influenced me. Nobody will take. I don't think nobody could take anything away from Lil' Kim, man. She's a fashion icon. Lil' Kim became so big where she wasn't even a thing no more, but just Lil' Kim. I don't think we even look at Lil' Kim as black or white. Lil' Kim is just Lil' Kim.
Lil' Kim.
Lil' Kim.
Yo, quick question. How many classic albums does Kim got?
She got 2 classic albums.
One of them. Name them.
Hardcore and The Naked Truth.
Oh, wow. All right, I fucks with you, Wolf. The Naked Truth did not get critical acclaim because she went to jail. And it was some of the best bars I heard from her in years on The Naked Truth. She sincerely made me miss Big. She sincerely made me miss Big listening to The Naked Truth, how hard she was going. You know what I'm saying? And she covered everything that makes a Brooklynite a Brooklynite. You know what I'm saying? Like the Caribbean mixture, it was there. You know what I'm saying? The street tracks, it was there. The conceptual tracks, it was there. You know what I'm saying? Yo, hats off, man. Naked Truth was a classic album, man. Amazing album.
Yeah, she got 2 classic albums. I had posed a question because I had seen one time Saweetie was like, if I don't know who Saweetie is, but she was Quavo's ex-girlfriend. She's like a rapper. She had said like ladies run hip hop and shit. You know what I mean? So I remember I asked a question. I'm like, can we really say ladies run hip hop? You know what I mean? Can we really say females rap is better than male rap when male rappers like majority of female rap? You know what I mean? So it's like a question like, I mean, I could go in the comments and answer and shit, but I think, I mean, the female game is striving better than it's ever been. I mean, I think a lot of the new girls is more self-sufficient writing than a lot of the old girls and shit. You could tell the ones that's made up, you understand me? And you could tell the ones that's just that really has talent and shit. The ones that really has talent will always find a way. The ones that's made up. And I don't want to shade nobody. Like, you see, Cardi B is struggling to get that second album off the ground, right? Because she has too many people that has to write her emotions. When you're an artist, you go off your emotions. You understand me? So I think female rap is in a good place, but female rap will never overtake male rap.
It's just like when you look at the NBA and the WNBA, right? They're on at different times and different seasons for a reason, right? When you look at if the WNBA started at the same time as the NBA, I'm sorry, they're gonna be empty arenas. You understand? It's gonna be empty arenas because again, the game is just more better. It's more physical, you know. And I'm not taking anything away from female ballers or female rhymers. Let's be real. The athleticism is different.
Female basketball has been the most exciting basketball in the recent years. Still doesn't mean that they're better than the NBA players.
Not at all. And the same thing right now. Female rap has been very exciting in these years, right? In recent years. But still in all, man, it's a male-dominated thing. And you can attack me in the comments. I'll definitely answer you. I'll definitely reply. And can you just pose that question one more time there, Woj?
So we got what it was. Man, I say, can we really say female rap is better than male rap, where male rappers write majority of the female raps? I mean, but yeah, man.
With that, we just want to wrap it up, man. R.I.P. to OJ. To the young adults that don't know who OJ Simpson is, go out there and do your research. Do your research.
Facts.
Do your research. Check him out when he was at USC. Check him out when he played for the Bills and I think the Hawks as well. And really don't let the propaganda, you know what I mean, lead your mindset. Also, we spoke about Jermaine Cole, man. I'd love to talk to you guys in the comments. Do you think that, you know what I mean, it was a soft move or what? Or you think it's a strategy for the fall off?
Hey, y'all can go out there, check out the Future and Metro Boomin album that's dropping tonight. I mean, that's the second one in like 3 weeks. They dropped the first one like 3 weeks ago. It's killing the streets. It's killing the streets. They dropping another one tonight. And we waiting for Drake to respond. Drop that bomb and shit. But yeah, man, when niggas talk that bullshit in your ear, I mean, just tell them you gotta stop, man. They gotta stop, man. I mean, you know,
man, we the only guys worth watching, man. Thank you for the love in the YouTube show. We catch you next episode.
You gotta stop. We're the only guys worth watching.